Imagine standing on the edge of the world's most formidable desert, the scorching Sahara, about to embark on a journey that tests the limits of human endurance. This is where we find Mauro Prosperi, an Italian police officer and seasoned endurance athlete. The year is 1994, and Prosperi is at the starting line of the Marathon des Sables, a 6-day, 250-kilometer ultramarathon known as the toughest foot race on Earth. The race requires competitors to carry their own supplies while enduring blistering heat, endless dunes, and the constant threat of dehydration. As the race begins, Prosperi's heart pounds with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The intense heat of the Sahara, often exceeding 120 degrees or 49 degrees, is relentless. With every stride, he feels the weight of his backpack and the shifting sands beneath his feet. Yet, he is undeterred, driven by the thrill of the challenge and the camaraderie of his fellow runners. For the first few days, Prosperi maintains a steady pace, his eyes set on the horizon. The days are brutal, the nights cold, but he is prepared. His training in Italy's harshest terrains has equipped him with the endurance and mental fortitude required for such a grueling event. However, the Sahara is unpredictable, and its vast, unforgiving expanse soon reveals its true nature. On the fourth day, a powerful sirocco, a violent sandstorm, sweeps across the desert without warning. The sky turns a menacing shade of orange, and the wind howls with ferocity, carrying grains of sand that sting like needles. Prosperi, along with other competitors, tries to find shelter, but the storm is relentless. He wraps his scarf around his face, squints against the abrasive, and braces himself against the gusts. Hours pass in a disorienting blur. When the storm finally abates, Prosperi realizes he is alone, separated from the other runners and the marked trail. The desert stretches endlessly in all directions, an ocean of dunes with no landmarks in sight. Panic threatens to set in, but he takes a deep breath, knowing that survival now depends on his wits and resilience. Prosperi's situation is dire. He checks his compass and tries to navigate using the sun, but the endless dunes offer no points of reference. His water supply is dangerously low, and the unrelenting sun beats down on him mercilessly. He knows he must conserve energy and seek shade during the peak heat of the day, but the Sahara offers little respite. Days pass, and Prosperi's ordeal intensifies. He rations his remaining water, taking only tiny sips to stave off dehydration. Hunger gnaws at him, but food is scarce. Driven by desperation, he catches and eats insects and small creatures he finds along the way. His survival instincts kick in, honed by years of athletic training and a deep-seated will to live. His spirit, however, remains resilient. He carves an SOS signal into the sand and tries to signal passing aircraft with a makeshift mirror. Thoughts of his family back home in Italy fill his mind. Their face is a source of strength and determination. Yet, as days pass without rescue, his hope begins to waver. On the third day of being lost, Prosperi stumbles upon an abandoned Muslim shrine. The sight of the crumbling structure provides a fleeting glimmer of hope. Inside, he finds a few dried dates and a colony of bats. He captures and eats the bats, extracting every bit of moisture from their bodies. He collects dew in the early mornings, using his shirt to soak up the precious droplets. Despite these efforts, his physical condition continues to deteriorate. By the 8th day, Prosperi's body is shutting down. The lack of water and food takes a severe toll. In his weakened state, he contemplates the unthinkable, believing he will never be found and wishing to spare his family the anguish of not knowing his fate. He decides to end his life. Using a penknife, he attempts to slit his wrists, but his extreme dehydration has thickened his blood, and the attempt fails. In that moment of darkness, a spark of life reignites within him. Realizing he cannot give up, Prosperi summons what little strength he has left and resolves to keep moving. The thought of his loved ones and the desire to see them again propels him forward. On the 9th day, fate finally smiles upon him. A group of Tuareg nomads, traversing the desert on their camels, discovers the emaciated and barely conscious Prosperi. The nomads, known for their deep knowledge of the Sahara, provide him with life-saving water and food. They wrap him in their robes to shield him from the relentless sun and transport him to their camp. From there, Prosperi is taken to an Algerian military camp and then to a hospital, where he receives urgent medical attention. The doctors are astonished that he has survived such an ordeal. He has lost over 35 pounds, 16 kilograms, and is severely dehydrated, but he is alive. After weeks of recovery, Prosperi returns to Italy. His story quickly becomes an international sensation, captivating audiences with its extraordinary details. Prosperi himself is transformed by the experience. He speaks of the mental and physical challenges he faced, the critical role of his survival training, and the deep psychological fortitude required to endure such an ordeal. Mauro Prosperi's ordeal in the Sahara Desert stands as a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure. His story is one of survival against the odds, driven by a relentless will to live and a deep love for his family. Despite the trauma, Prosperi continues to compete in endurance races, drawing from his Sahara experience to inspire others. His journey serves as a powerful reminder of our potential for resilience and the strength that can emerge in the face of extreme adversity. Mauro Prosperi's tale is not just a story of survival, but also a celebration of the human spirit's remarkable tenacity.
Thank you for watching this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos.